Retwists do not lock our hair. My locks are thick and healthy, and that's just that. If you do deal with your hair growing outside your lock, all you have to do is just, there are already so many unnecessary, complicated things that we have to deal with in life. Don't let it be locks. It can all be so simple. Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. If you have not come across my content before, I'm Isis, and I have been locked for about 5 years total. This is my second set of locks, and based on the title, you already know what today's video is about, so let's just get right to it. So right off the bat, I'm gonna just take sister locks, micro locks, and interlocks out the conversation because they are kind of different. They are in their own category. But if you do traditional retwist and you are contemplating whether or not you should stretch out your retwist schedule or if you should just stop retwisting completely, this video is for you. Ever since my interlock set, I've gotten the same question many times, and it's how do I keep my locks so healthy? And now that I have thick locks, it's how do I keep my locks so thick and healthy? People have DM'd me before saying like, what do? I feel like my hair is thinning, stuff like that. And I'm gonna always give the same answer. The answer is simple. I don't retwist a lot, and I'm not a product junkie. Those two things I feel like are what have always kept my locks healthy, have kept my routine simple, and kept my locks thriving. So many people have come to understand that retwists do not lock our hair. Time does. Time is the only thing that will lock your hair no matter what you do. That's it. Our hair needs time to mat and tangle up to form its locks. And retwisting grooms the hair in a way that slows down that locking process. And retwisting too often can also cause tension and thin your hair out, which will eventually either cause breakage in the future, or if it's severe, your hair could just break off from the scalp. Everybody's hair is different, but at the end of the day, if you want your hair to lock up, your hair is gonna have to go through the matting and tangling process. That's the only way. Now, for example, my man's hair, his hair is completely different than mine. He has a softer texture, like type 3 texture, but our routines are pretty much similar. I have done a couple more retwists on him than I have done on my hair, but literally only a couple. It really hasn't been much of a difference. And in the beginning with his starter locks, they would unravel more than mine. It took longer for his hair to lock up and bud than mine did. But even though I wasn't retwisting his hair more than my hair, his hair still ended up locking, and his locks are mature now. So it just really takes time. And so once your locks like stop unraveling and have passed the starter lock phase, there's some budding, they're becoming mature. At that point, you really can just stop retwisting because your hair is trained to stay in the sections that it's in. All you would need to do is just separate your roots periodically so that your locks don't start to marry and freeform. And to do that, I actually have a couple videos on how I separate my roots. I just do either twist outs or braid outs, or I'll do like perm rods or flexi rods. And so I'm at the point where I've decided to stop retwisting completely. My locks have formed. My locks are not fully mature, but they are mature enough. They're in their sections. They know what to do. Even if I don't do a braid out or a twist out or curl my hair, I still will wet my hair in the shower, and I'll just separate my roots, and just make sure that they're not permanently marrying together. And that's just what I'm going to be doing just moving forward. I don't plan on doing any more retwists. Really, retwists are really just like a look, really. It's just kind of a style. It's not really anything. It's just like if you want your hair to just look nice and neat, or you just want to see your scalp, or you want a sleek look. That's what retwists really are. They don't really do anything else. Oh, and another thing I wrote in my notes that I want to talk about, I might have already mentioned this, like people say that their hair grows away from their locks, which that makes sense. Like I feel like my man's hair grows outside of his locks and my hair grows more with my locks. But like I said, our routines are the same. And so if you do deal with your hair growing outside your lock, all you have to do is just do a twist out or do a braid out, and that hair will start to like tangle up and mat with the shaft of the entire lock. So over time, you won't really have those loose hairs to deal with. Well, I won't say that you won't have to deal with them anymore, but like the loose hairs will be more manageable because your hair will be just more mature, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's all I really have to say on this topic. If y'all have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. I love sharing my journey and answering questions about my journey. So yeah, definitely leave some questions in the comments, and even feel free to just leave some stuff that you have experienced with retwisting or not retwisting, and let people know what your experience was like. Oh, and one more note. I am in no way claiming to be a trained professional, but I will say that I am claiming to be a self-studied expert because my locks are thick and healthy, and that's just that. Oh yeah, another thing I almost forgot. I wanted to see what y'all think about this style. I like wearing my hair like this sometimes. Super easy. I know when my hair gets longer, I'm not gonna be able to wear it like this because it's gonna be so heavy and it's just gonna weigh down. But as for right now, I like how they stick up like a little palm tree. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace.